Hi, my name is Terry Lee, and it's Friday, so that means it's another episode of our Page by Page. That's a collaboration that I'm doing with Kyung Shotwell, and she has an Etsy store and a YouTube channel, and the links to those will be directly below the video. Now, we're on page 8, and page 8, Kyung decided on an altered playing card. So I decided to take her to the max, and I'm going to do 3. Now, 2, it may only be that 2 will fit on the page. And so we're going to have to wait and see. Now, let me look at my list of stuff here. You're going to need 2 playing cards. I'm doing 3. You're going to need some Mod Podge, some matte Mod Podge. I'm not sure, now that I think about it, that's my homemade gesso, but I also have some matte Mod Podge just in case. And you're going to need some napkins if you're going to use napkins, or I'm going to use some ephemera. As you can see, it's scattered all over the place. You're going to need some stamps, as in stamping words or whatever. If you have archival ink, you cannot use this kind of ink, the distress ink, and then Mod Podge over it, because it will streak and smear. And if that's what you want, if you want to antique your card, then that would be the way to go. If you're going to do that, then you're also going to need some ink. And at the end, we're going to ink the edges, so we're going to use ink at that point as well. You can use book pages to put text on, or music pages. That's up to you. And we're going to need some sandpaper, and we need stuff. I want you to see how small my scanning cut can cut things. Do you see those little teeny tiny? There's a little teeny butterfly. Let's see if I can pick it up. I don't even know if I could pick it up. Little teeny butterfly. I don't know if you and a little teeny flower. And then with ones like this, it actually cut out the stem and everything. And there are yellow flutterbies, butterflies that go with this. There's also some hibiscus. This kit is called Love Letters, and it is by Kyung. She makes the most beautiful kits, so be sure to swing by over her place and check them out. Now, the first thing we're going to do, well, let me say this. You can use a napkin to decoupage onto the card, and mainly we're going to decoupage onto the number side. I picked one that was a face card, and we're also, you could also use a napkin. Now, that's why the napkin is out. Now, I'm not going to use a napkin in this particular case, but I thought I would put one out so you would see that the traditional way would be to Mod Podge a napkin on your card, and then alter it any way that you see fit. We've also got some words here. These came with the kit, and then I had a couple of smaller ones from different kits, and I keep them in my word box. Now, I have a butterfly box. Butterflies, there's a ton in there. And then I also have my flowers box. If you can see that, but there's a lot of flowers in there, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need them. But these words, except for the ones from the kit, came from the word box. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to clear this out. I was thinking about using these as pockets to hold the cards, which we can do, or we can use some of the kit shapes and make them into pockets, even though they weren't necessarily meant to be pockets. And so that's what all of this is. So let's take these, and we're going to set them to the side. We don't need them right now. We got circles, and we're going to use some tabs. Definitely going to use tabs, just because I decided I want to, and I never get to, and so that's that. Okay, now here are a couple of other things that I forgot to show you. There's some letters and some postcards of a nice size. Maybe we could do the backs with those, and here's some more hibiscus flowers and some stamps. Here's a smaller one. Let's put it in the teeny weeny box. And so we're just going to set this stuff aside. Let's see if I can get them set aside without making a big mess. So I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and I'm supposed to tell you what my prompt is for next week, but I actually don't know it yet. I wanted to get the video done, and so I will put the prompt for next week either at the end as a call out in the video itself, or I will mention what it is in the words below, or the text below. So here's our words. Let's get our words and keep them together. These are the non-kit words. I'm going to put those up there. And I have a bunch of larger letters, and I'm going to use the K for Kyung on one of the cards. And let's see, those go there. So now this is a beautiful card, or a beautiful napkin, and I really want to use it at some point, but we're not going to use this part of the napkin today. Today, what I've decided to use is the white part that you take off the back. Okay, so we should have enough. We've got enough that's the size of a napkin. Okay, so we're going to, oh, and this is our backing paper that goes onto the page. And we are, whoa, we're right here in the book. We're going to be working on the back side of this paper right here, or this page right here. And then we'll have 9, and then 10 and 11 are the center of our signature. And I'm pretty sure that we have decided to do covers and sew them in and make mini journals out of them, which, however, 40 pages is not necessarily a mini journal. And to tell you the truth, once I send this to Kyung, I think I'm going to miss it, because I really like the features in this book that I made. And yeah, so here we are on page 8. So we're going to have to take that, we'll take that out, and we'll turn our page where we left off, which is the center, so it's not that hard to figure out, but still, good habits you should keep. Okay, so now we also have some sandpaper. Here's a little, there should be one more of those somewhere. You can also use some text. Oh, I told you that. And some music paper. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use this. This is out of a dictionary. And I don't think that ring and rink and ripe really go on here. And yes, I'm one of the people that actually reads the words. So there. So now we're going to set this aside because, of course, we're going to work on our paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this paper to size. Which I didn't do, and I can't believe I didn't do it. Oh, we're also going to use some cream colored cardstock. And of course, here's our baby ephemera. And you're going to need some baby wipes and a paper towel. And the surface I'm working on is one of those oven sheets that you can put in there to catch the drips. And they're, I believe, silicone, and you can just wipe them right off. Now, I've got a really good mat, and we'll see how this one works rubbing off. So let's see, I've got so many things that we're going to use. Let's close this up for right now, because I do want to see the playing card through the tissue, but I want it knocked back. Okay, so we're going to use that. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sand the playing cards. Because they're so shiny, you're not going to really get anything to stick to it. Now, you don't have to super do it. You just need to put some grip, you know what I mean, some non-shiny on there so that what we glue on here will stay. Okay. Not sure about my homemade because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be matte, but I don't think it's matte altogether. So we're going to take our playing cards and we're going to sand them. I've already done that, so we don't have to look at the dust and everything. So let's set that to the side. I just don't have anywhere to put it. I'll put it back where it goes. And I'm scooching around on my new stool, which I really like. It's got what they call a tractor seat. And we're not going to use our ink right now, but we will. And so I'm going to set this aside for a second. And so on the 3 cards, the first thing we want to do is we want to Mod Podge them. If we can get our Mod Podge open. You can hear that noise in the microphone, I'm sure. Well, there we go. Wow. Now, a little tip. When you're screwing lids like this on, I hadn't heard of this tip when I put this on, but what you want to do, well, first let's just clean this ring out. This whole ring should just come right out. Yeah, that's what was stuck. Okay, see all that gunk around the edge. And then when you go to close it, if you put some Vaseline on the thread, then the glue, which that's what this is, basically glue and water, will not stick to it. So you should be able to open it right back up. Now, I like to use the lid as a little container. We're going to be Mod Podging quite a bit. You want to use a soft brush with the Mod Podge, and you also are going to need a glass of water to rinse your brush in. So I've got this brush. It's a pretty good size and it's fairly soft. You're going to have to make sure that you thoroughly clean your brushes when you're done Mod Podging. So we're going to take the surface, we're going to Mod Podge it. Let's get some serious Mod Podge on there. Make sure you hit all the edges and everything. Okay, then we're going to take our paper towel. Yep, see, it wipes right up. Wipe that off, and then while that's wet, we're going to take a piece of the napkin backing and tear it off as an estimate of the size. So it doesn't matter, we're going to trim it later. Let me make sure. I'm going to hit that one more time with that since I forgot to tear off the stuff ahead of time. I'm going to have to put you on pause several times because some of these stages they have to dry ahead of time, and I meant to Mod Podge one ahead of time so that it was ready to go, but I forgot. You can also, if you're not using this type of a surface, you can also use a baby wipe to wipe it off, and then use your paper towel. But it looks like it's going all right. So now you're going to want to press this down with your fingers. You'll see that you can see the queen through the tissue, and you just want to stick it down. Don't worry about the edges sticking off. Okay. You do want to make sure to kind of keep this fairly clean so they don't stick. So let's do this one. Now this one's going to work better. We shouldn't have to do a second coat because I will have just done it, if you know what I mean. And we're just going to tap that down. And if it has a few wrinkles, that's okay. It gives it texture. Okay. And you don't have to, you know, rub it like that. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside. And we're gonna do our last one. Now it will buckle until it dries. You don't want to use your heat gun on it because that will just make it worse as far as the buckling goes. This is what the back side of the playing cards look like. Like I said, I've never done this before. I watched a tutorial by Tracy Fox, and to see kind of a general idea on how to prepare the cards and, you know, whatever. So I would like to mention that. It was very, very helpful. Let's see. Let's see. Is that going to fit on there? Yeah. Yep, it should. So I'm going to stick this down. Okay, now if we go back to the first one, it's still damp, but that's okay. And so you're going to add the napkin to the card, and you're going to dry it. I had to write this down and make notes. And we're going to decoupage it again, but we're going to start adding some of our elements on here. So let me do this. Let's use the manila folder here as a working space. And we've also got our little tiny whiny ones. This is a little big. We could tear it. And you want to tear it up and towards you, and that will give you a side without the paper. And then we have a side with the white of the paper. Now we're going to ink this. If I can get it open, I had to tape it shut because it kept flying open. So let's ink this around. And I want you guys to remind me to ink stuff, because you know me, I'm going to forget. So we're going to put that on there. And let's see. You know, I'm not sure if this is Love Letters Hibiscus or just Love Letters, but the hibiscus in this kit are awesome. Okay, so we've got, let's see what we've got. This is going to go on the back. The pocket, it's got the envelope, which is going to go on the back of the other one, I believe. And so let's layer it with a stamp, and then let's go over the top of it with one of the hibiscus. Okay, so let's do that. And this is why you have to make your brush very soft, because you don't want to and you don't want to rub on it too much, because you will pull this tissue paper off. And you'll notice I still haven't cut around it. And okay, well, I'll be darned. It looks like this corner doesn't want to stay down either, because the card curved a little bit. Okay. Probably could use the baby wipe for my, let's put the hibiscus on there first. of like the idea of her face, being able to see her face. And you're going to be Mod Podging this several times. So you can see that since this is on cardstock, it's actually bleeding a little pink. So let's just go with the flow on that and work it in. Then let's do our stamp. Now, I want you guys to know how hard this is for me. I like everything to line up, little squares and lines and things. Okay, let's Mod Podge that puppy down. And this little tear doesn't matter. You can just Mod Podge it right back down. Let me see, where are those little... Oh, here they are. Let's see what we've got. Do we have a butterfly? We could put it on the hibiscus. Or what's in here? Little bitty butterflies. Oops, I think I just hit the mic with the paintbrush. Sorry about that. Put the butterfly here. Let's see. Let's put the butterfly right there. And remember, you want to be careful over the tissue. And see, that's kind of antiquing the paper by letting it bleed from the hibiscus. And I really think we need something over here, and I think maybe we should have used the something over there before we put those two on. So let's see if we can carefully pull our butterfly off. And just maybe too, yes, it looks too dry. And we've gotten this quite wet. All right, let's leave it like it is for now. I'm gonna let it dry. I'm gonna put the butterfly next to it. This larger ephemera back over here. You want to remember that we want to use the K. Yes, I had the paintbrush in my mouth. Don't judge. But not the Mod Podge side. Let's get our K. Alright, here's our K. Let me put these letters back over here. Let's get this one out. Let's see, what do we want to do on here? Now, I've got these smaller pieces like this, and then I could take one of the tiny words and put it in the middle. I have Embrace the Crazy, Someone Loves You. I have to cut that down just a little bit as far as the width goes. Let's see. I like the word gift. Let's cut it down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to curse myself. At least the dog is not barking. Okay, we'll put gift with K. It's a gift for K. which is my partner in crime. Okay, let's see if that will fit in there. No, it still needs to come down a little bit. Okay, so we can use this in one of these. I just cut the end of my finger. Not a good sign. This isn't even as sharp as sharps. Here's a butterfly and a hibiscus. And here's one with just a hibiscus on one end. And one with writing. What we're going to do with these is we're going to put them diagonal when we get done with the cards, and we're going to glue them to the page, and we'll do 2 of them, and then we will, probably here and here, then we will be able to slide the card out from underneath. So we're going to set these to the side, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue this to here. And get prepared. I'm always so prepared, especially for something like this that I never do. So I'm expanding my horizons, Kyung. I hope you appreciate mixing and matching with Terry, because this is not my forte, I'm telling you right now. So I love to decoupage though, so that's okay. Couldn't get the pen in the ink there. Okay, so I forgot to ink around my hibiscus because you guys did not remind me. I think you guys are really slacking off on your part of the video. Get that white edge off. Probably could have inked this. Let's just do a couple. There's a couple of plain ones, depending on what we want to use. We're going to need enough for 2 cards anyway. Or, yeah, 2 plain cards. So we're definitely going to need 4. I just don't know which 4. So I'm going to do a few. The smaller patterns on them. I'm not sure that I want those 2 with the large hibiscus. I'm going to have to go back through. And I think that I'm going to knock this white back with the ink on this. Nothing's really going to be white. So we'll put those together. This one's ready to go. Okay, now how are we going to do this? Now we're going to ink the edges of the cards when they're done anyway. Now this one's definitely going to have to take a little while to dry. So we're going to work on this one. I'm going to put you on hold for just a second, and then we'll be right back. Okay. Alrighty, we're back. Now, while we were gone, I added some more to this, and I should have just waited for it to dry before I added the butterfly and the word gift, because now it's just going to take even longer to dry. And we're going to actually put a coat of Mod Podge over it and let it dry, and then we're going to do the backs. What I'll do is I'll do the back on this one first, and then you'll be able to see how to do that. And yeah, not worry about it. Now this one, I've already inked everything. I'm going to try and take this and put this here, and then this up here. Oh, the only problem is when I go to cut the tissue paper off, I'm going to end up cutting these off, aren't I? So let me set these aside, and I'm going to do an experiment on this one. And on the backs of these, I'm going to add the writing pages or writing pieces, but I'm also going to leave some of the card. This one's still a little teeny bit sticky. Once it's dry, it shouldn't slide around when I add more stuff to it. I cut a little slice off the card. Okay, so we don't need that since we're using the clear. Now, if that was the paper, then I probably would have, oh, and by the way, I did end up using a baby wipe. Plus, you get decoupage all over your hands. Okay, so we're going to go back to this side. Okay, so for this one, let's do the circles. You know, the same thing's going to happen when we go to put the cream colored paper on there. Now that I realized the tutorial I saw, the leaf didn't come out over the side or whatever, so maybe I'll do it that way, and I'll just trim that little bit of the flower off. And I like this butterfly here, and these butterflies here, and I got these stamps. I could do this, and let's see about these little mini ones. Got a mini stamp, and a mini hibiscus, leaves and all. There's the leaf and the stem. We'll see if that works. And then, what else have I got in this teeny tiny box? Another teeny tiny butterfly. There's actually one about half this size in there too. I don't know. That's gold. We don't have any little hibiscus colored butterflies. We do have this little one. You can place it somewhere down here. Okay. So if we put this here, this here. Can't believe you guys are watching me do it on the fly. You can hear me talking to myself, can't you? Well, I don't know what to say about that, other than welcome to the bandwagon. I feel like this needs something else. Yeah, maybe this. And then this is an angle. Look, I just got Mod Podge all over me. And this one here. Now see, normally I would take a photo so I can remember where everything was that I liked, but I think I got this one under control. Okay, let's put a little bit of Mod Podge on the back of here to glue it down. Here's the little bitty stem. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's so tiny. Okay, we'll glue that on. And remember, the Mod Podge dries clear. Okay, so we've got that there. Let's do this here first. We can cover up that butterfly there. That one seems a little more spontaneous to me. You know me, as I go on, I get more and more orderly. It's like the abstract of me leaves, like a little ghost, just leaves the room. Let's put it at an angle. Let's do that. Let's, as Kyung would say, let's just do it. It helps hold down that little bitty stem as well. Then we're going to put the circle here. Did I ink the circle? Don't think I did. I don't think I inked that, but it already has the dark edges anyway. This was awful white around the edge. Okay, and let's make sure I hit these, because like I said, I used my scan and cut and it left just the teensiest little white edge around. So let's get that off. Then I could still put this one here. Okay. No, I don't remember. Keep wanting to Mod Podge the ink. I don't think Tracy Mod Podged the top of these until when she did the one coat at the end, but since I'm using it as a glue as well, then you know, it doesn't matter. The more layers, the merrier. Will help stick everything down. Let's see if I can move it over just a little bit. Wonder if I want to put K here. I think I ought to maybe put these two together. And just cover the word that's on there. Here we go. There's a K for Kyung. Oops. I forgot to ink it. Okay. Oh, poo. Stuck my finger in the wet Mod Podge and it hold the part of the butterfly right up, or part of the round piece. Okay, so we're going to set this off to dry. That one's still a little damp. Now on this one, I still have these 2 pages, or pieces. I think I'll put them back in with the teeny tiny die cuts. And let's go ahead and glue the paper onto here. Now I'm going to use regular glue for this. And that means I'm going to have to cut this first. Okay, cutting, and now we're cutting. You know, the most important part of the video is to either watch me ink something or cut out something. It's a plain card. Do not see how the reason for it being difficult. There's a corner that wasn't completely stuck. Okay. Hoping Kyung will be happy with this. She likes it when I kind of go off the rails. So I'm officially off the rails right now. I just want to show you something real quick. This is muted and this is more vibrant. So let's distress the, you know, let's not, we're gonna glue it together first. I'm using Fabri-Tac. I like the backs of these cards, but they don't really go. You can hear on here. We'll see how well it sticks to the paper. Do a little extra on this one. I don't usually do the center. Let's So I just wanted to be sure to show you all the steps, whether we get the number 2 done or not, or get the paper on the back of the first 2 or not, because I got a little carried away with the Mod Podge. I like playing with the sticky glue like a little kid. Wow, I kind of myrtleized this card, didn't I? There we go. Okay. So now this has your playing card on the front and your writing card on the back. There's a couple of places that stick out that I missed. I see part of this slid over. That's all right. Not the end of the world. See how I'm rolling? Not the end of the world. Now, coffee. Sorry about that. Keep hitting that gesso jar. Okay, so now wish maybe if I put that one there and put all butterflies and see what it would look like. Let's see. What is the old thought process doing on here now? I like this. It's going to leave too much of that open. I think what I will do, I can always use one of these, like it matches the big one. So if I put the little one down here, I move this down, I can always trim some of the stem off and put this here. And we'll have to move everything over. I really have a hard time layering, I'm telling you guys. It's just too much. Too much. And then that one there. And then what shall we put right here? Well, we want to leave room for our tab as well. Because there's enough on the other two. So I need to move this down. Okay, so we need something to fill in there. Kind of like this one, but I'm not sure that it fits. It says embrace the crazy. Well, I think I like it. Okay, so then these like this, this below. What tab? All right, let's decide. Oh, definitely this tab. Definitely this tab. I don't know. Do I want to put them on there? No, I don't think I do. This tab would be better as a piece of ephemera. Then I can put the butterfly here. Put the circle back here. And the words right there. Okay. Everybody got it? Does everybody remember what I just said? Okay, so I need to put these two down first. They're the bottom layer. Gonna have to pour out some more Mod Podge. Okay, once it hits that tissue paper, even though normally you would have a little bit of move time, you don't. There's another big piece of goop. Just, oops. Just a little bit this time. So now we've repurposed our tab. This wanted to go up here. Let's do these. Let's do this one. Okay. Now it kind of looks like a little stamp, where it's supposed to be, kind of. I have a bunch of ephemera left over. Actually, that wasn't what I was going to do first. First, I was going to do this. Okay. Okay. Oh, that works good. And this one's going to bleed a little bit onto the tissue. So let's kind of go around with it. That's also a good reason to put just a little bit of Mod Podge in the lid and not dunk in the jar, because once you've got something like that tinted, then it's going to be tinted all over. Okay, so we still have our butterfly to put on. I like using the ephemera for this. I know I could have used a lot of eclectic things, but with the page and the flower theme for the book, I decided that flowers and butterflies was the way I was going to go. Oh, where's her? It was like something doesn't look right. Okay, and then our word. You can see how it's tinted it. I'm sorry, when you see me off camera, it's because I'm holding it closer so I can see when I'm gluing. So I'm assuming you guys know how to glue. Okay, kind of like that. Now, these are 99.9% dry. I don't want to flip them over to color them yet, though. However, I can trim this. Now this one I'm fussy cutting out around. I'm not just cutting the edge off. Okay. Oh no. It wasn't dry enough. Okay, no errors, only happy mistakes. So let's leave this here to finish drying. Okay, so we're going to let it finish dry. See, that's how the lid gets all the glue. And in case you're wondering, I'm putting my paintbrush in my water. So I want to keep it soft. You know what I mean? I don't want to get the Mod Podge stuck up in there, which actually already has happened. Okay, that's just for a second. You can save these for other decoupaging. Oops. Try to get some of this off my hands. I know I can run to the bathroom and get it off. All right, so I'm going to put you guys on hold until these 3 cards dry. Then we'll do them back, and we may put some more ephemera on the back on the writing card side, which I think we will. I know this is running a little long, but that's the way it goes. You know what we could do? Yeah, instead of mixing these in, since I inked them, I haven't been inking the butterflies. They have that little bit of brown around them anyway. Everything keeps sticking to my fingers. Okay, let's wipe this off before we do anything with paper. In fact, I'm going to have to put you on hold because maybe not. I don't need this wet mat, so we can just leave the cards in the middle to dry and set this whole thing somewhere else. All right, now we don't want to forget to ink around the edge of our paper. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up the the ephemera. Yeah, we need to get the cutter out. Okay, let's see if I got everything moved out of the way. So the paper is going to be 8 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I'll put you on pause for just a second, and then we'll come back and do the rest. Okay, we're back. I went ahead and backed these since I showed you the first one. Then I didn't feel like I needed to show you the other two with me gluing paper on the back of a card. And I also inked them using tea dye all the way around the edges. I cut my paper for the page, my paper for the page, and I inked it. And don't forget to ink around your page too, so that it's not just white. And in fact, this could be a little bit darker. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to glue the pockets on here. And they have been, I put a coat of Mod Podge on them too, so they looked like the cards. Now the cards are still slightly damp, so I'm going to show you what they look like in, and then I'm going to take them right back out and let them finish drying. I don't want them to stick to the underside here. So even though there's no Mod Podge, of course, on the back, because there doesn't need to be. But what I want to do is I want to put this here, and then I want to put this here. No, I want to put it down farther. Okay. So I want to glue it along this line. Okay, that way I know the card fits. I had done some measurements earlier. So let's do that. was hoping all three would fit on there the way I had measured it the first time they did. They do overlap. I wanted to make sure I was doing the right side. And I'm putting a very thin bead because the card barely fits. So we want to make the pocket as big as possible. Then I want to test it right away. Okay, so they will fit. Okay, now I want to take the next one, and it's okay if it overlaps it. And maybe I should do the bottom one first, and then split the difference over here with this one. Okay, so we'll just put this one across the bottom. This one was supposed to be that way. My scan and cut didn't go crazy. You should have seen it cutting out all those little bitty pieces. I was very proud of it. Little bitty flowers. I want to thank Kyung for adding so much ephemera. I had more than enough to choose from. So we've got our pocket glued on. Now let's stick our card in here. Okay, now we want to put this pocket here. Halfway between. So we're going to glue it on along that line. Very thin bead of glue. Seems a little close to that one. I'm going to move it up just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to put them in and show you what it's going to look like, and then I'm going to take them right back out. Okay, so this one's going to be here, this one's going to be here, and this one's going to be here, and that's what the page is going to look like. Okay, let's take these back out, make sure they're completely and totally dry, plus we want to make sure the pockets are completely and totally dry before we put anything in there. Now I have tons of ephemera. Made an envelope for it all, so I will do that after we get done. Let's set these up here to dry. Now I'll probably let these sit there for at least a few hours because there's so many layers on there, and I did go back and put a final layer across the top just to make sure everything was sealed down. Okay, so now we want to glue this on the pages all, and then we're done. Yes, it's printed on both sides. Okay, make sure your pockets are facing up. Right, this is up. if you're going to err a little bit in the caution of it being a little low. Since you have your playing card, you don't want it to stick out of the top. I mean, we measured it against the page, but still. Okay. All right, so this is our page. All right, let me stick them back in here real quick. This is our page. And here's our book. Okay, so this is going to go in like this. Okay, this is going to be the center, so it goes here. And then you're going to have this page here, which was the writing page 7. And this is page 8. There we go. Okay, that's going to be our page. All right, now let's do this and get them out so they can dry. Yeah, see that one kind of stuck a little bit right there already. Okay, so that's going to be it. That's going to be it for this video, and I will see you in the next video next Friday, and for another edition of Page by Page, and that's with Kyung Shotwell. And of course, this is her great paper. I've been trying to use it as much as possible, and her links are down below, and be sure to go visit her store, and then go over to her YouTube channel to see her episode of Page by Page for this week as well. I forgot to think of a prompt. I'll put it in the text below the video, or I'll add it in at the bottom right now. If you see it on the screen, then you'll know I thought of it and then added it in. Okay? Alrighty. I will see you next time, and that'll be just a second for you and a day for me. Bye-bye.